Hi, Matthew Loop here. Thanks for checking out this quick video. What I'd like to do real fast is introduce you to the social networking platform Pinterest. This particular website has garnered a tremendous amount of buzz in recent months, and for good reason. Basically what it comes down to is Pinterest is a virtual pinboard website where you can showcase your likes, your interests, your hobbies, or anything else in the form of images. You can see here on my Pinterest profile that I have things like favorite travel destinations, books I strongly recommend, products that make me money, Facebook marketing, chiropractic marketing, favorite watches, favorite movies, etc. The reason I have this is to showcase what I like, my likes and interests. Other people like to do the same thing. In fact, this website right now is ranked number 64 on Alexa.com. Right now, Pinterest has roughly around 12 million users, and it's March 10th, 2012. I anticipate this website is going to significantly take off in the next several months because there's nothing like it online. It's very, very unique, and unlike its predecessors or attempted predecessors, it's just way, way too catchy. And if you're not familiar, let me give you a quick statistic. Pinterest drives more traffic than Google+, LinkedIn, YouTube, and Reddit combined, right? Drives more website traffic. When I heard that, I was absolutely floored, blown away, and I had to really get into this website and learn all I could because it's driving so much traffic. And you, depending on what type of business that you have, can use this to funnel traffic in and out of your websites or places of interest that you like, and you can meet new people and connect. So what I'd like to do, if you're not already connected with me, go to pinterest.com/Matthew J. Loop, and you'll see a follow all link right here. Click that link. It should be a red little button actually. Once you click that, we'll be able to stay connected, and I can share with you the newest updates in terms of marketing your business, your practice, or any other venture or startup that you have using social media or Pinterest. I'd also like to invite you to go to pinterest.com, which is the homepage. If you're not already a member, you will see that you can request an invite. Right now, they're very selective, or actually this is a marketing tactic that they use to gain a very, very large popular base. It makes it seem more exclusive. So you'll request an invite. They should send you an invite within, I would say, a couple days to a week. That's typically the average time frame. But you can log in here if you're already a member. Once you do get the invite, you will definitely want to learn this website. Another statistic that might interest you, depending on what business you have, over 85% of the users on Pinterest are females. Okay, so depending on what type of business that you have, this could be a very, very easy way to meet and connect with a targeted demographic. It operates very, very similar to sites like Twitter and Facebook. You have follow features, you have like features that ultimately can garner you popularity and exposure. So make sure you're definitely capitalizing on Pinterest, that you've created your profile. What I'll do is I'll walk you through some of the things here in terms of an introduction, but get very, very familiar with this website because I can assure you in the future, in the next several months to years, this is still going to be around, very popular. Like I said, it's very unique, it's highly addictive, it has all the qualities that I like to see as a businessman, as a marketer, and it's going to definitely benefit you in terms of traffic to your website, gaining you popularity and exposure. So the first thing that you'll want to do is you'll want to go to your settings tab, and in the settings tab you'll find things like a place where you can edit your profile. You can also click this button right there, and you'll find ways to connect to Facebook, ways to connect with Twitter. You can make this profile public, which you definitely want to do. You don't necessarily want to hide it from the search engines because there is search engine value on Pinterest, which I believe right now is a page rank 6 or 7 website. I don't want to get too technical, too much into that right now, but let's just say that if you build links from this site correctly, you can definitely enhance your search engine optimization. We'll discuss that later on. Now, in order to actually add a pin, you'll click this link, and what you'll do is you'll see add a pin, upload a pin from your computer, or create a separate board. Let's go back here. Each of these is a separate board. Again, think of this as a vision board or a virtual pin board. Now let's go to add a pin. I could add a pin I could enter a website URL. If I see an image that I like, I can enter it here, and what this will do, when I click Find Images, it will populate the images from that particular website, and you can select the one which you choose to utilize in your profile. Make sure you correlate it though, because you'll have to create your vision boards. The pin boards first. So let's say I went here and I was going to make a new board called Cars I Like. Cars I Like. I would don't need to select a category. It's just me. Let me see here. Actually, I'm sorry. You do need to select a category. So cars and motorcycles would be the category. This would be just for me. I would actually create the board by clicking here. Once I do that, I would have a separate board on this tab where I could start to pin. And as I mentioned before, when you pin images from around the web or images from your computer, you can select which board you want that to. So if I were to click on, let's say, favorite travel destinations of mine, right now we can see Punta Cana, Tulum, Costa Rica, Turks and Caicos. The great thing is when you post images, other people on the network, not just your followers and friends, they see what you like and they can elect to like these pins or to what's called repin, which just means retweet. You know how Twitter, if you're a regular on there, you can quote-unquote retweet certain posts. You can do the same thing on Pinterest, which all that means is somebody takes your image and shares it. So if you're very, very strategic and you use the tactics and strategies that I'm going to reveal to you, you can actually go ahead and create a tremendous amount of traffic and exposure through the use of these image pins. So keep that in mind. This is very, very simple in the way that you actually set this up. But again, it can really bring back and bring some powerful traffic back to your website. All these websites right here are mine, but you will want to mix it up. You don't want to necessarily post all the time from your website. Make sure you do find other images that you like from different people's websites, or really your best hobbies or best interests, because this is about you. You want to attract those individuals that are congruent with your message. You don't necessarily want to just be marketing on Pinterest. This is all your personal hobbies, your business products, etc. And you can see just a whole host of mine if you go to pinterest.com/Matthew Loop. All right, so the next thing that we can do is we can navigate to the About section, and if you wanted to, you can get one of these pin it buttons for your blog or for a website that you have, so people can automatically pin and share your content much, much easier. If you go under your name here, you'll see a place where you can invite your friends. So if you wanted to, you can import your address book. You can find friends that are already on the network, which is really cool. And if you scroll down, boards, pins, and likes, so I'll just click on pins, for example, and we can see here that you can sort by boards, pins, or likes. We can see some of the pins that I've given. Again, my edit profile section, the really cool thing that I like is this search tab up here. So if I were to type in, let's say, Atlanta, once I type in Atlanta, I can either search through pins, images that people have posted, and I can put, of course, repin, I like the image, or I can do a comment on each one of these images. Whenever you take an action on Pinterest, what happens is that it sends an email to that particular user, which is very, very powerful. Again, this is communication, interaction, very similar to how some of the other social networks used to be, but you can any action that you take will notify this particular person that posted this image that, hey, John Smith took an action, they repinned, they liked, or they commented, which is very, very powerful. So we'll go more into that later, but I wanted to share that with you. I'm searching Atlanta, so I go to boards now. I can search entire boards of people that are talking about Atlanta or that posted images. But the real cool thing is if you click on this people tab, what you can do is you can search people in Atlanta. So I could literally go, I could click the follow button for people that live in Atlanta close to me. Now, if I wanted to meet local people in the city, business owners, or people that I wanted to get my pins, my message, my brand in front of, I could easily do this. And at the current time, Pinterest does not have any limits or restrictions like Facebook, like Twitter, and some of these other websites. So you can go crazy meeting people, and that's awesome, right? So it's a very, very new network. I'm going to encourage you to start networking on Pinterest, because it will be very, very worth your while in terms of exposure and traffic to your website. Very few people are using this. As I mentioned before, the user base of Pinterest is over 90%. I think it's over 90%. I think it said 85% earlier, but I believe it's actually over 90% female. But tons and tons more people are going to be on this network. In fact, I wouldn't be surprised if it jumps up into the top 10 of Alexa within the next several months. I'm recording this video March 10th in 2012, but I can assure you this concept, this Pinterest idea is a phenomenal idea. It's very addictive, and people are flocking to this website in swarms. So really think like a marketer, take advantage of all this traffic that's there, put your message in front of where the people are, and I'm certain you're going to notice an increase in the website visitors that you have and greater brand exposure, which will lead to more clients. I'm going to do a video series on Pinterest in the next few weeks, but I wanted to make sure that you got this introductory video so you could understand why you need to be on this network. As I mentioned before, it drives more traffic than Google+, LinkedIn, YouTube, Reddit combined. So utilize Pinterest in your favor. If you have any questions, definitely look me up on Pinterest at pinterest.com/Matthew Loop. Also, you can connect with me on Facebook at facebook.com/Matthew J. Loop, and just click the like button up here so we can stay connected. Hopefully you enjoyed this video tutorial and training, and I will talk to you soon. Thanks.